Well, hello there, and welcome to the Celebrity Crash Report. So listen, I am doing this live and I'm working my own StreamYard, so stick with me, okay? Because I finally figured out how to put pictures to stuff I'm talking about. Yeah! Woo! Anywho, here we go. Today's Celebrity Crash Report is, well, it's a hell of a one. There was a lot of activity in ye old celebrity realm. I mean, we had a Super Bowl slate. We had Fergie's curious travel arrangements. I mean, girl, stay home already. Ain't you shamed enough? No, she's not. She, in fact, has zero shame. Then we've got a looming morning TV bloodbath. This is really interesting. You've got another palace romance novel heading to the big screen. Meghan Markle had to kill some of her products. Sadly, not all of them, just a couple. And yeah, then you've got this devastating financial mystery in Hollywood. Because here's the deal. How is James Van Der Beek so broke? It's insanity, yo. All right, I'm going to get into all of these and more. However, first up, we've got, boom, Jennifer Lopez. God bless her. I mean, this girl is trying everything to be relevant. She is dancing. She's booty shaking. She is taking photos at the gym where she's literally pulling up her shirt to show you her hot, tight bod and boobs. Girl, I didn't realize that in your 50s, you're supposed to still be doing that. That's cool. It's cool. You do what you want. But, you know, the rest of us are kind of thinking, oh, you thirsty. So she had her gig in Las Vegas. All right. And it went all right. You know, it was over New Year's, and New Year's is hot. You know, people want something to do in New Year's, so they picked up some tickets. Good for her. She's coming back in March. The tickets are still available, but what I'm trying to say is girl didn't have nothing to do for the Super Bowl. And she's Puerto Rican. And I think a lot of people are kind of like, hey, why were you not up on the field with Jessica Alba or Cardi B or Pedro Pascal or, I don't know, Lady Gaga? Because it turns out she wasn't invited. But don't worry, she still made herself part of the story. During the Super Bowl, she posted photos like this over and over and over. Bad Bunny, I love you. Because remember, when she did the Super Bowl in 2020 with Shakira, that was a huge mistake, man. You never want to dance after Shakira, just FYI. I mean, after Shakira killed it, and then J-Lo came on swinging around a pole. It was just kind of a weird, tense moment. But Bad Bunny was there, so she invited him, but he didn't invite her. Bad. Anywho, then next up, we've got, this fool. Oh, my God. Sarah Ferguson. My God. So the Epstein Files were released, and everyone's been going through them with a fine-tooth comb. And this girl claims that, you know, she had always claimed, no, we stopped talking to him after he got out of jail for pedophilia. Not only did she not stop talking, she then had him fly her over and her two daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, to Palm Beach, where they had a get out of jail celebration party, and they all ate lasagna. Meanwhile, WTF, and also Beatrice and Eugenie, y'all are adults now. You can make your own decisions. Apparently, they were adults then and decided to get a free trip to Palm Beach because why not, I guess. Meanwhile, of course, Fergie's been trying to hide low, especially as even more damaging stuff has come out about how she has, you know, tried to help him with PR. She's loved him so much, and the girls are involved, all this stuff. She's been trying to keep low. And of course, there were reports that she was on Richard Branson, another guy from the Epstein file, his island, Necker Island. Richard Branson was like, no, of course not. Right. Of course, he also says he wasn't that close with Epstein, but, the files say differently. However, it turns out instead, Sarah Ferguson went skiing, because that's what you do when you're really stressed. You go skiing, the most expensive sport ever. And you hit up more rich friends, because even though she's disgraced and most normal people don't want to have anything to do with her, there are some people who are still like, well, she was a former duchess and I love her. Ugh, so weird. So she was in Switzerland, but then get this, she flew to the Middle East to hang out with her daughters. So Eugenie was just in Qatar for the big Art Basel fair there, where reportedly she met up with her mother. And Beatrice has also been in and out of the Middle East, in Saudi, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai. And what makes this even more slimier is the fact that a huge sheik in Dubai, I call him the torture sheik. He was head of DP World, which basically runs all the shipping containers in the entire universe. Even alien ones, I'm sure. Anyway, he was in the files because apparently he likes torture videos and allegedly had received young children, like 9 years old, introductions through Jeffrey Epstein. It's disgusting. But, the Yorks, they can't help themselves, man. They can't. They see money. They smell money. They love money. I get it. I like money, but I ain't doing that for money. I ain't hanging out with scumbags like that. Are you? Yeesh. They can't help themselves. But yeah, they're still keeping ties. They're still talking to rich people. And another story I got is Omid Scobie, the guy who, wrote Finding Freedom and was Meghan Markle's bestie. Well, he's come out with a new fiction book about just this young, cool American finding love in the palace. She goes to work in the palace and tell them and show them how it's done. And she magically gets, anyway, it was so bad. I actually have to read this to you guys because it is the ultimate takedown by The Telegraph. And I get it. The Telegraph is a royal friendly place, but this was bad. Well, we got to get this. Hold up. Yes. So they wrote that it's amazing. The Telegraph in the takedown of the book called Royal Spin wrote, Meghan's confidant has written a novel so bad, AI would disown it. It's hopelessly bad from start to finish. Scobie, supposedly a journalist, has turned to fiction with a slop fest called Royal Spin. Nothing will surprise or impress you, even by genre standards. This is drab. Wow. So for most people, if you had written a book that was so bad, it was panned like this. I mean, really bad. They would just be like, okay, next, and probably never see another book deal or a dime again. But no, don't you worry for Senior Scobie. He has already had his book optioned by Peacock, so he probably got another cool mill off of that, which, I mean, hey, it's the Hallmark genre. People seem to love it so much so that his former bestie and confidant, this lady right here, old Meghan, she is also getting into that genre as a producer. So we've talked about that before. And she's got to do something because, as ever, her yummy brand ain't doing so well. That we all get the emails. Oh, my God, we love you. We love love. And to show your love how much you love them, give them something sweet treat, because everything likes to rhyme with her, whatnot. And then, of course, she's like teas and honeys and jam spreads or, chocolates. But you know what she's not selling anymore? Pretty interesting. You go on her site, there's no more shortbreads or crepes, aka flat pancakes, aka also known as crepes. And whoa, I was like, what the hell? She is, of course, selling the flowers because that is apparently her signature, but no more crepes, or shortbreads for Our Lady. And I think they're probably part of the products that Netflix is trying to pawn off on all the assistants in the building. Because you'll remember there was a story I wrote about where, Netflix can't get rid of her products fast enough because they are done. DONE with the Duchess. God bless. Now, this is a sad story. I'm not going to put up a photo for this. This is a sad story. It's Savannah Guthrie and what's going on with her mom, Nancy. It's horrific. Now, some stuff has just come out that they're saying, we don't know if we'll ever find her mother or the people. The hell? I mean, what is this? Keystone Cops going on? I mean, they put up the barriers one day, they take down the barriers another, they put them back up. They tent, they re-tent. They don't know that the sheriff goes out to a basketball game. Now he's blaming the FBI. The FBI are blaming the sheriff. And the fact of the matter is Savannah's mother, Nancy, is still gone. She's 84. Where the hell is she? I mean, the hell is going on? So that's what every right-minded person thinking, except for I'm hearing the people over at Good Morning America are freaking out, not because of Nancy's mother, but because their ratings are down significantly by like 500,000. And this is a big deal. The morning races, huge deal. You've got a whole show about it. The morning show on Apple TV. And every person counts. And GMA had been heading up the race for a hot bit until this happened. And now in the building, sometimes people are like, well, it's the Olympics. That's why the NBC is doing so well. But it's not. It's because everyone is obsessed with finding Nancy Guthrie. And GMA is freaking out because here's the deal. People are going to tune in to the Today Show for as long as they can, even after we find out what happened to Nancy. And hopefully she's returned alive. Sorry about that. Because they want to see Savannah. She's the story now, and people feel an affinity towards her. They feel like they know her. They feel like they're invested. I mean, hell, I do. Huh? Come on. All right. Now to another very sad story. It's James Van Der Beek. A lot of people are wondering how he could have passed away with almost no money in the bank. And here's the deal. The American health system, cancer treatments are real expensive, and health insurance doesn't really cover a lot after, your steep deductible. Even if that's been met, you still have other treatments and hospice care and all this stuff. It ain't cheap. And also, he kind of got screwed over in Dawson's Creek, which is still on air, BT Dub. So he signed a contract when he was very young, clearly did not have a great agent, and he wasn't paid a lot, and he basically got no residuals. So, for example, I have friends who have been on Law & Order or CSI and that kind of stuff, and their residuals pay their rent every year because you get a check every time that show is aired or streamed. Now, not James Van Der Beek, going to put him in a horrific financial position and his family. So thank God there was a GoFundMe. Please donate to it. It's in the description of this video. And, thankfully it's raised, I think, almost $2 million or a little bit over at this point. But I mean, his family, he had 6 kids, 4 kids, 6 kids, an even number. It was a lot of kids. I mean, kids are a lot and they're expensive. And his wife, and they were about to lose their home. They need money for schools, for clothing, for their own health insurance. And it's disgusting that James worked his entire life and could not actually provide this for them due to lousy contracts. It's gross. And now I'm going to leave you guys with this because I'm, hold on one moment. Let me get this back. I'm obsessed with this. I don't know if it's for reals, but this showed up on my socials. So, okay, who knows? Could not be real, but damn, if it is real, how the mighty have fallen. And honestly, couldn't happen to a better guy than Jeremy Piven. Not the nicest. But even not the nicest, you still wish the best for him. So here's what's happening. Apparently, there's a Piven experience on April 25th. Yeah, where apparently you can go to the Adelphia restaurant in Jersey, Deptford, New Jersey. Never heard of it. And you can get ready for an unforgettable night with Jeremy. There will be a Q&A, limited VIP tickets, limited autographs. VIP tickets are $150. And of course, you get a free plate of food with all tickets. General admission is $110. And for that, you will get to talk to Jeremy, get an autograph, and eat grilled salmon, black Angus sirloin steak, chicken parmigiano with linguine, or penne primavera. Along with that, you get a soup of the day or a salad and an included dessert. However, cash bar. Just can't do it. Man, I tell you what, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Some of you may not agree with me, but hey, you know what? There we go. All right, well, this has been my first live stream with the brand new high-def setup and StreamYard, where I can add in photos. And thank you for putting up with me. And I will be back on Friday with the next Celebrity Crash Report, because you know, whatever's going on in the world, those celebrities, they're still doing stuff and they only thinking of themselves. So yeah, more fodder for us. It also makes you the perfect dinner party guest, because while other people are tearing their hair out about the world and the Epstein Files, guess what? You can provide a little levity after you watch the Celebrity Crash Report for free. Bye, y'all. And stream.